Hey guys, welcome to the Forge Training Center and meeting another one of the Warriors. I'm Rob, and this is Andrew. Andrew, how long have you been training with us?
About 3-4 years now.
Yeah, it's probably been close to that. When you found, I guess back then we were just Indiana Krav Maga, and all we had was Krav Maga. What made you choose Indiana Krav Maga over any other training space?
I knew a guy who wanted to try it out. I figured I'd try it out at the same time. So I showed up to a class and really enjoyed it.
Just fell in love with the amazing instructors,
Absolutely.
Calvin and Rob.
Calvin was my first instructor.
So you had nightmares for like a week or two. um, and so okay, so your buddy is what kind of brought you in. What did you want to accomplish when you started training with us 3 years ago?
So when I first came in, I wanted to get back in shape a bit, get back into kind of the self defense mindset. I'd done something like this before,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wanted to kind of get back to that.
Cool. Yeah. And you've been training with us for a while. You're now practitioner level 4, which takes a lot of hard work, and you're on your way to becoming an instructor. What is your goals with that? I guess.
I think it's just to be available to teach. Either find a gym that already is a Krav Maga gym, or potentially offer it at another gym.
Mm-hmm.
That offers something else and teach people Krav Maga. I find it to be a very good self defense system, and so that's why obviously I wanted to learn how to be an instructor, and why I want to teach other people.
Yeah. Um, if like before you came in here, and I don't know if you had any hesitations, but there's a lot of people that we talk to, they kind of hesitate to come in. If there was something that you could tell them, or maybe something you would have heard, um, that would have kind of helped get you in the door a little bit sooner, what would you tell them?
I think for me, what would have helped is just knowing that it was around, and really knowing the self defense mindset around it.
Mm.
I mean, for me, that was always the big draw. Was I really wanted to focus on self defense, and this is a self defense system, um, and so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Had I known it was here, I would have come sooner. Um, and I think for anybody who's reluctant, whatever your reasons are, I think you'll find that um, the techniques are accessible to anybody. Um, the workouts are great. You will be challenged, but there's ways to make it so any fitness level can join in and feel comfortable. And I think it's a good group. Um, Everyone's very supportive, and so I think anybody who's reluctant to come in, just try it out, and you'll find that it's an enjoyable experience.
And now you're leaving, you're moving far, far away because of jobs and whatever other reasons. So you won't see Andrew here unless we have a cool course. But um, what is, I guess, anything that you would leave, any bit of information you would leave with somebody coming in? Maybe they are planning on coming in, or maybe they're just like, I don't know, kind of looking around. Maybe this isn't for me. Just anything that you have learned, gained, whatever that you just want to leave with somebody else.
Yeah, I think it all comes back to the self defense aspect of it, and this is one of the things where it's really for anybody, and it's for everybody. It's it's an uncertain world we live in. There's a lot of things you can't control about it. Um,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, learning something like this where it's practical, um, you can uh, you can defend yourself in real world situations. Um, I think that adds a lot of value over anything else that you might do, and any hesitation around that. I think just think about the practicality and the fact that it is accessible to everybody. The techniques are well developed. I think they did a really good job developing the system around techniques that work for anybody and that anybody can do. And I mean, I've had the pleasure the last couple weeks of working out with somebody who's larger than me, and I find the techniques work just as well as they do for people smaller, people my size. So overall, I find it be well designed, very practical, and that's one of the reasons why I've stuck with it for so long.
Yeah, and you're not like in law enforcement. You're not in the security world. You're not training to be a pro fighter. You have, a, I would say, I don't know, a normal job, kind of a normal job.
Reasonably normal job.
Yeah. And so it still works for with what you're doing in your line of work, as well as the other people who have maybe jobs that are more aggressive or whatever else. And so, do you mind telling them what you do?
Well, I work in chemical manufacturing. Um,
So a nerd.
so I'm a nerd. Yeah, I I would say that I would never, if I'm using this at work, it's a really really bad day. I do think though that it adds a layer of confidence um, in a couple of ways. One is when you think about self defense and you're practicing it, it kind of puts other things in perspective. So it's a lot easier to have conflicts at work and not get too upset about it.
Mm.
It's you can get through life a little easier because when your definition of a bad day is somebody's trying to kill me, if that's not what's happening, you're not having a bad day. So there is that amount of perspective that you can apply to it. There's also the layer of confidence you get from if God forbid something were to happen. I'm walking to my car one night, I'm taking my trash out. Somebody decides they want to try to leave me with a bad day. I at least have some options in that moment in time that I otherwise wouldn't have. And even if I decide I'm not going to have to defend myself, they say give me your money. I just give them my money. At least I have because we've practiced it, because I've mentally been prepared. I'm not panicking. I can kind of keep a cool head in the situation, or at least cooler head than I otherwise would. It's layers of confidence like that you get into that. I think adds a lot of value, even for somebody who's not law enforcement. I don't do security. I mean, I live hopefully an average life.
Yeah, so this is Andrew, just one more warrior that trains with us here at the Forge. Hopefully, this answers some of your questions about coming in and training. And Andrew, it's been a pleasure these last couple of years. Hope to see you finish this instructor's course soon and get to teach this to other people. Anything else you want to add? Or
It's been a good few years, and I really appreciate it. Thank
yeah,
you.
awesome. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you.